Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm continuing my sun through the composite chart series, or sun in the houses in the composite chart series. And in this video I'm going to talk about what it means to have the composite sun in the third house. So what is the composite chart? The composite chart is a chart that is based on the midpoints of the two people's charts, and it shows a lot about the relationship as a separate entity. It's kind of like the natal chart of the relationship itself. So it's not the same as comparing the two charts. The synastry, it's actually a separate chart that is from the midpoints that shows a lot more about the long-term side of the relationship and the combined energies that they make as a couple. Kind of like the combined soup, like put all those ingredients together of the two people, and then what do you get? You get the composite chart. So this placement of the composite sun shows excellent communication. So wherever the sun falls in the composite chart shows where the basic thrust of life force energy is for the couple. So it tends to be the biggest theme of the relationship. So when we have the composite sun in the third house, it shows that communication is where they naturally excel and where they're really strong and where they really shine together as a couple. So this is a super underrated placement in the composite chart, because with this placement we can communicate about basically everything, and there's this real quality of being friends first, this real quality of friendship in this relationship, and it is a more lighthearted place for the composite sun to be. So that could be one of the negative sides of this placement, is just that we are friends and maybe we're not lovers, depending on what other connections are there. But if we have other connections that are romantic or sexual or passionate, then this one is a great addition. That means we can have all of that, but we can also talk. So that is a really good thing to have in a relationship. The other thing with this composite sun placement is that generally we can get along as far as our day-to-day activities and travels, and we're not necessarily disagreeing about how we go about our day. We don't piss each other off in that sense of basically how we live our life. So this can be a good one for actually living together and being able to withstand the hardships of living with another human being with their flaws and all, right? This one we can really actually find enjoyment and pleasure in the day-to-day, and even just going on short trips together, or moving around, talking to people, relationships with family, siblings, all these things can be favored unless we've got some really difficult aspects to the sun. Then we're going to see more tension there. But usually this is a really good position where we can get along in the day-to-day and moving around and doing stuff together, and we actively as a couple, we want to do stuff together. We want to go to the grocery store together, or all the little pointless, or well, not pointless, but not the big things, like the little things. We enjoy the little things together just as much as the big things. So that's a really good thing about this placement. And we can be really good friends and able to share, like I said, all the little thoughts that come up, and that element of communication is like the central theme of the relationship. So if this is a business relationship, we can really be able to communicate well and have everything, clear and laid out, and nothing is hidden. It's all out in the open. And even in a romantic relationship as well, that's definitely a theme of this, is that we let it all hang out and it's all out there. This is not a secretive position for the composite sun where we're holding all these secrets in, and like, we aren't being our real self. There's a real level of like authenticity and being our true self and sharing what's really on our mind. And the only downside is that this doesn't necessarily mean that emotionally we're connected, right? So if there isn't other romantic aspects going on, this one could just be better suited to just be friends, because, well, it is communication about all the stuff we're doing in the day to day, like, oh, I just woke up, I'm having my coffee, I'm going to work now and getting in my car and I'm coming home from work, and you're able to communicate about all this stuff, but are you able to communicate about the deeper feelings that you're having? Or with this composite position, it's almost like you don't, you might not feel the need to communicate about deeper things, or even you might not just be feeling as much in this relationship, depending on what the rest of the composite chart is. And this could be totally different if you have like an 8th house stellium or something while you have this, then that would be a really good balance. But with just this position of the sun, you might not feel as much as you are intellectually in harmony and able to communicate. This is a mental connection. This is a mental compatibility. So, that could be the only downside, is that you're not necessarily emotional. But if you've got other things going on and plutonic stuff going on and 8th house or 12th house or whatever, and you have this, then this is a saving grace, because you can communicate and you can also intellectually think about the relationship. So it's not the kind of relationship that's super confusing, like you can't figure out what it is, you can't figure out what's going on. This one, it's more clear, because mentally you are stronger together than apart. So I like it. People that have a dominance in air signs are going to like this more, or Venus in an air sign specifically, because it brings out that side of you, right? That communication. So yeah, I'd love to know your experience with this one. Was it like this? Was it not like this? And thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.